Good morning, and welcome to the first episode of It's Wednesday, That's Why. This is a series where we will bring on most aspiring and inspiring founders. We founded this series because, as founders, we have an amazing story of why we started the company. And as you all know, probably, it's why that drives us. It's our why that helps us to achieve the impossible and achieve what's out of our boundaries. So, as personally, I like to always take inspiration from these why stories. So I wanted to share all that inspiration with you as well. So every Wednesday, we'll pick one founder and we'll ask them their why story of why they started their business. But first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, Abhinav Jindal, and the founder of CYDIR. CYDIR is an acronym for Converting Your Dreams into Reality. We're a business growth organization that leverages strategy and creativity to create authentic and scalable business growth solutions for passionate entrepreneurs. First today on our hot seat here is my dear friend and the amazing founder of CinemAds, Rob Comeau. Rob has been in the film industry for more than 15 years. He is an amazingly creative person who will come up with these bold comedic videos to help startups grow, to help them increase their awareness, and to help them convert strangers into raving fans and customers. So welcome, Rob. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, especially because you made my intro for me, so I don't need to talk about anything. You just said it all, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure working with you. And you were the first person that came to my mind when I thought of starting this series. We do a lot of work together, so I'm like, okay, let's start this project together as well. So, Rob, would you mind just telling the audience here what it is you do at
Yeah,
Cinema?
yeah, 100%. We actually just changed our name to CinemAds, which is a mix of cinema and ads. I have a cinematic background. I started filming movies when I was like 14 years old. And then at 19, I got really serious and invested my life savings into two or three, yeah, three short films. A short film is anything between 15 minutes. It could even be 2 minutes. It's just not a 90-minute movie. So a short film is a lot easier to self-finance and it's a lot easier to create. And so I took my life savings and I made these three, awesome short films. That was basically my film school. And then in my early mid 20s, I got more serious in the corporate world, so helping companies with commercials. And I was taking my cinematic background, my film background, and basically bringing that into the commercial and startup world. Before that, I was doing weddings, so I was making very cinematic short movies for brides and grooms. They were around 5 minutes long. And as of recent, in the last couple of years, I've really focused in more on the startup community. Again, taking my film background, my cinematic background, and helping startups grow with bold content, with fun content, mostly humorous. And we want to help your brand stand out. We want to help startups, differentiate themselves from their competitors and to really help them grow and scale quickly. And video is a huge factor in that nowadays. It's always been big, but in the last 10 years, it's been just blowing up. And I find every single year it's becoming more and more crucial to have some sort of video strategy in your business plan, in your marketing plan.
Now, I 100% agree with it. As an advertiser, I'm a huge fan of using videos for ads just because the data says so. And it's proving so much better to use videos as ads because the conversions are higher, the engagements are higher. And you can actually tell people more about the brand and really get to engage those people with the brands. So, Rob, let's get to the main question here. Why did you start the business of helping startups using video ads? What was your inspiration? What's your story that motivated you to take that leap and say, I'm going to start this business?
I want to say so I can be famous, but over the years, I've learned that that's not true. I started as a filmmaker, and that fame was in my mind like, oh, if I go big, if I have a big name, that's going to be super cool. People are going to know me. People will know my content. That's great. But I think the why is a very philosophical question. If you ask that for anything, why do you do anything in life? Why do I do this? Why did I start that? And I think partly it is, I do like having my name out there for sure, but I think it's more about just being a creator. I think we're all born from creation, and and then as we grow up, we're so imaginative as kids, and then society or parents or friends or schools can take away that creativity. Maybe not unintentional, but we stop being creative at a certain point. And I still look at myself as a 5-year-old, so I'm still that inner 5-year-old is still in me, and I'm still creating. And it was just in my blood from a young age. I wanted to create content. I get really excited, and I'm getting excited now talking about it when I want to create ideas for a new company. Working with high-end camera equipment, working with professional actors, working with my team, and then my own mind to bring a script to life. I started doing that with movies, and now I'm doing it with commercials. And just the act of creation I love, from taking a script to a month later seeing that script now in a video form. It's just amazing to see something come to life. It's a perfect manifestation of having this thought of an idea, and then you actually bring that idea to life. That gets me going, and that would probably be my why. It's just built in me. Creating is something that I absolutely love. And if you are a filmmaker, if you are a video content creator, then you probably have the same why as me. You probably have that spark to just create, and you just want to keep creating.
And you're like amazingly passionate about it and excited as well. Like I remember sometimes you're just calling me 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning and like, "Hey, Abhinav, I've got a new video idea." And I'm like,
I've
"Okay,
tried you
of
at
course."
3 a.m. before, but you don't wake up. You don't pick up the
That's,
phone, man. 3 a.m. is important. That's when the ideas are flowing.
that's when the ideas are flowing, right?
Yeah, I'm
That's
super passionate about it. And I find my ideas come a lot in the morning too, as I'm just waking up. And a lot of people may relate to this. The first like 5 minutes when you wake up, that's when like, oh wow, things are stirring, things are happening. And then if I'm stumped on an idea and I can't think of something for a concept for a commercial or for a client, I just kind of sit with it. And then one day it comes to me, and then we kind of build on it from there. So the ideation process is a funny one, and still something I'm tackling. But being a creative person, it's like a creative muscle. You got to keep going, and in time it'll get easier and easier to come up with ideas.
that is so true. What is one growth tip you would want to share with our audience here that and I want to keep it focused on video. So what's one tip you would want to give startups who want to use videos? How can they use these videos more effectively and efficiently to grow their business?
Well, yeah, like being in this space, I'm going to say to grow, there's a lot of different parameters and a lot of different things you need to be doing. But in this day and age on social media, you got to be pumping out content, whether that's photos, just social posts, videos. And so for me, I actually don't do a whole lot of video for myself. I'm going to probably start in the new year and doing more content, kind of just like what you're doing here. This podcast, this video is great. It's a great idea. But I have a big portfolio of commercials that I've done that I do post on social to just share with people. And that's sort of like my way of posting content. And I also do love writing nice long posts, or shorter posts rather, with a nice like video that I've done. But I think like for growth, for startups, you need to be pumping out social media content daily, whether it's like writing, a medium to long size post with just text, photo, video, whatever it is. uh, People can relate to video. It is an emotional connection. It's just like making a movie, right? If you're going to go see a horror movie, you want to feel afraid. If you want to go see, if you want to kind of feel like you want to laugh, you're going to go watch a comedy. If you want to feel deep, you're going to go watch a drama. There's a big emotional connection with this. And it's the same with the advertising world. I want to make a connection with the viewers, and to do that you can do that through humor or through something more serious. I do have a mental health background with public service announcements that I've made, and those videos have touched a lot of people around the world, with the comments and the engagement that I'm getting on YouTube. And my short film on depression, again, tons of good feedback, and a lot of people reaching out talking about the impact that it made on them. So I'm all about making an impact, whether doing it in a funny way or in a serious way. And if you can do this in the ad world, and not make an ad or a commercial, but make more of an entertainment piece that's funny, that people can relate to, and they want to have a chuckle or they want to share this video, then I think that's a great opportunity to show your audience these types of videos, for them to follow you, for them to talk about you, and then eventually they're going to become a customer.
I think you don't, those are great tips, especially when there's so much content out there on social media. It's really important to sort of stand out. And I think, making those videos humor related and adding that fun factor to it while delivering a message that really clicks with the audience. So, startups, I hope you follow that advice. Hey, Rob, would you mind also sharing about how many leads did you get from a video you shared 2 months ago. I know about this because we've been chatting, and I would like to share that with the audience here as well.
Yeah, for sure. This is a great example on why video is king. You just said something before that I wanted to touch base on, but I'll get to that in a second. The video I posted was an ad I made for my brand, and it was my first commercial I ever made for me. I was like, oh, I'm doing all these commercials for other companies. Let's make one for me. So I got together with my camera guy. I got one actor. We had a fun idea. We shot it. And then, within a couple weeks, I had posted it on LinkedIn. And I think within like 48 hours to 72 hours, I booked 2 startup companies because of that ad. I booked a third a startup company who was very interested, and they're just not ready yet for video, but we had some talks, we had some in-person meetings. This video just like really, it was super fast. It was like, and it's just such a good use case and example on why you should be implementing more and more video. And everybody has a different call to action. Everybody has a different strategy and a method. With this video, it was just like, hey guys, here's what we do. We want to do things a little bit different in the video space. And then instantly I had CEOs, founders, marketing folks reaching out, just asking about my packages. And then 2 of them booked me within that 48-hour, 72-hour time frame.
That is
And then
really fast.
it was really fast, and that like the contract and the deposit came as well, like super quick. So it was a fast sales process. And it turned out that we made some killer content for those clients. They're really happy with them, and we're continuing to work with them next year as well. And then, there's also a ton of other leads and just people reaching out, seeing the videos that I post, if it's for other startups or if it's the video that I made for my company. And, I share it again here and there, and people just seem to eat it up, and they really like it. The one thing that I wanted to share with you as well was that going back to the pumping up content on social, founders, CEOs, marketing folks, you guys all have phones nowadays. I'm not one to shoot a lot of content on a phone. I'm more of the cinema guy, right? So I'm using high-end cinema gear, but it won't stop you from shooting TikTok videos or Instagram stories or YouTube shorts on your phone. You can get started right away. You can watch some YouTube videos to learn how to position your phone and how to light yourself. And then in time, you can work with a production company or an agency such as myself to like get that high-end video out there. But you don't have to wait for that. You can get started today and just start shooting content on your phone. I just wanted to
That
get
is
that
an
out there.
amazing tip. Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Rob. It was an absolutely pleasure. And I think we kicked it off with the first episode of It's Wednesday, That's Why. So thank you for your time. To all the viewers out there, every Wednesday, I'm going to be picking up a founder and featuring their why story and asking about a growth tip to help other startups grow, because that's what we are about. CYDIR is about building brands from startups. By the way, if you want to get featured, please leave your details below and we will reach out to you and feature you on It's Wednesday, That's Why. I'll see you next Wednesday and have a limitless day.